Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Kodash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, Esau knows that Babylon the Great is ... For the ones of you that are in the know, you know what I mean when I put the ... in and what the word should be there. So this is a video I typed in, is America Babylon the Great? A bunch of videos popped up. This is the third video, so okay, so let me do this. This was put up 3 months ago. Calvary Chapel, Franklin. Prophecy brief, is America Mystery Babylon. So I didn't see this video, so you got to watch it on your own. But the question is whether they believe it is or not. That question is out there. You know, if they read about Babylon in Revelation, Babylon the Great. Also in the Old Testament prophets, such as Isaiah 13, Jeremiah 50 and 51. And when you do the study, you can see that this prophetic Babylon has nothing to do with the Neo-Babylon rulership. So like I said, I didn't see this, but there it is. The question, prophecy brief, is America Mystery Babylon? This individual, I subscribe to him. He has YouTube pages. This one is dedicated to, his name is Popular. He has a YouTube page called The Popular Report, which I subscribe, like I said, to him. This one, I don't know if I'd subscribe to the Bible studies. But he goes into a lot of, the Popular Report, he goes into a lot of things that are happening in the country and around the world. If there's food shortages, he'll bring you up to date. If there's like a food food factory or a plant that makes certain foods, he'll give you the down low on it. He'll give you the straight skinny on it, where the regular American media won't give it to you. Like all these different chickens being called or killed because of certain diseases. Cows, they had to kill a lot of cows. A meat packing plant went up in flames. And this happened a lot. Seemed like it happened like every day, sometimes 2 times a day. All these catastrophes are taking place in this country, especially during the years of like 2021-ish, 2022-ish. But they were, using fear-mongering tactics to scare you to take the juicy juice. So the ones of us that are in the know, we know, we see everything. We have the special glasses. So you can listen to this video. It says, is America the Babylon in the Bible? Bible study with me, Revelation 18. So he actually reads Revelation 18 and he calls himself breaking it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to his page. I'm just checking out these others. And I went into the comment section. I even put a comment in. Let's see if it's still up there. I put it in earlier today. Is America in Prophecy? DavidJeremiah.org. America's activities are scrutinized by the worldwide media on a daily basis. Is America modern day Babylon? And you can see that Christians, core Christianity. There's some Christians out there that are really into the prophecies of the scriptures. They're really into going into the root words. Okay, if there's a precept in the Old Testament, they'll go into the Hebrew, or the New Testament, they'll go into the Greek. Here's another one, Grace Digital Network. And I haven't seen none of these videos. Babylon, Past, Present, and Future, Nimrod, Antichrist, and a New World Order. Is America the New Babylon? Matt Chandler. The next Babylon. Is America Babylon? Whether they conclude that it is or it's not, they're asking the question. Who is Babylon, or what is Babylon in Revelation? So you got to watch the video to find out. Is United States Mystery Babylon? Who is Mystery Babylon in the book of Revelation? America, Apostasy, and Mystery Babylon. Now, this individual, School for Prophets, the individual that owns this page is Filipino, but you can clearly see that he's this individual right here. You can clearly see that he's a Jake. He's definitely a Jake. And I went on his page. I put comments in. He never, replied back to me. It says original from Babylon to America, the prophecy movie. And this guy's pretty on point. He sounds a lot like us, but he goes off. Give me a second. Is America Babylon in Revelation? So anyway, let me come up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this video and I'm going to mute it. Because what I want to do is I want to look at the comments. Now what I did was, what did I do? I think I typed in America. So I put in America, and it comes up 16 times. And I mean, we know the scriptures already. We already know the scriptures. So I may quote a couple of scriptures. I may even go to some scriptures. Anyway, it says, regarding the topic of America as Babylon, you can not only study Revelation 18, you have to study Jeremiah 50 and 51. This man's on point, whoever he is. Which proves beyond any doubt that America is Mystery Babylon. No other country in history fulfill the description of Babylon other than America. It is literally not possible to be any other country than the USA. And that's straight and to the point. You can't get no more straight to the point than what this individual did. Give me a second. Okay, been researching this for a while, and really sounds like USA. Sounds like the USA to me. And then you got 16 thumbs up. And then Popular, the owner of this video, he gives him a the heart. So he believes that this is, if you watch the video, you'll find out. Sounds like America. Another one does bring to mind all those cargo ships offshore waiting to unload their goods. That's Revelation 18. The merchants, they're gonna mourn because because that was their cash cow. Because the American people, as politicians say, they're straight up consumers. If they don't have any money, that's what the credit card was all about. You got the credit card in case you ran out of money. You use the credit card and you go into debt. Okay, so it says two things. Interestingly enough, Russia, with the world's largest nuclear arsenal, is still threatening to us to use nuclear weapons every other day. The more threats that are being issued is drawing in an increasingly rise in UFO sightings. We all know that that's biblical. Many scriptures on the so-called UFOs, particularly around both America and Russia. Nuclear military bases, nuclear bombers, and nuclear submarines. This not only is about Revelation 18, but about Revelation 19 too. I believe America is the super wealthy Babylon of Revelation 18, and that verse 13 specifically talks about America's slavery. Ooh, and slaves of men. So now we know that there's no Jakes on here that's Baptists saying that. Jake and the churches, hey look, the IUIC, they made a major mistake doing the church blitz. They didn't get one person to come out of that church. That was a complete waste of time, money, and effort. Okay, so let's look at this comment. Give me another second. See, we've been through everything. We went through all the scriptures, all the breakdowns. So basically, we're doing the same thing over and over, repeating ourselves. You know, y'all that are part of us, part of this circle, you know or should know, you know, if somebody asks you about Babylon the Great and what is it talking about, where is it? Any of you that's in a camp, that been in a camp for at least a solid year, 6 months to a year, you should be able to answer that standing on your head. So let me read this here. At 10, 15 countries will isolate from the U.S. That's Isaiah 13. Saudi is, and I might read that in Isaiah 13, and I'll read it in the King James and in an NLT. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now. So let me do this. Jake out there is clueless, but Esau is up on things. Okay, so let me come over here. Okay, Isaiah. Isaiah 13. Okay, I believe this is the 14th verse, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. A chase roe is simply a hunter chasing down a deer and eventually killing it. It says, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. What does that mean? If you see if you go on hunting, you're gonna get a sheep, and you see a sheep that got ran over by a car, and his guts is all over the place, you're not going to take it up. You're not going to say, oh, let's eat the sheep or the lamb or whatever. In other words, this place is going to look like a piece of Swiss cheese, a bloody piece of Swiss cheese. They shall every man turn to his own people. They're going to go back to their lands because ain't nothing happening out here. Now, you go back so many years, this was, back in the day, they used to say this is the land of opportunity. When was the last time you heard that? This is definitely not the land of opportunity. So these people are going back to their lands with the skills that they got here in America and in Europe, and they're building their country. Most of these people that come over here, they send their children over here to go to school, and they mostly get into tech and flee everyone into his own land because they see that this place is crumbling. So now let me read this in the NLT. This is the 14th verse. The 14th verse, we're in the NLT. This is one of my favorite chapters too. Everyone in Babylon will run about like a hunted gazelle, like sheep without a shepherd. Sheep without a shepherd gets attacked by wolves, gets ran over. They will try to find their own people and flee to their own land. Anyone who is captured will be cut down, run through with a sword. And that sword, the Most High sword, is mentioned in Isaiah chapter 34. And that represents the missiles. So ultimately, Babylon is going to be slayed by the sword. So let me come back. It says at 10:15, countries will isolate from the U.S. We just read that, Isaiah 13 and 14. Saudi is partnering with China and Russia, where you got the BRICS nations. There was initially, 5? Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. But there's, I believe, 30 more that want to join. And I believe Turkey wants to join the BRICS, if I'm not mistaken. So Turkey wants to be a part of the BRICS alliance and also a part of the NATO. That's a NATO nation. That's your defeat of it. Iron mixed with iron and miry clay. The UK broke off from the EU, but they're still a part of the NATO. India and Asia and Latin America are annoyed and fed up with the U.S. for unrelenting regime change and forcing us to choose. You are with us or against us rhetoric. And that's what Baby Bush said. You're either with us or you're with the terrorists. And that goes into Daniel chapter 7, where it says that the little horn was more stout than its fellows. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that. I'm going to look up the word stout. Come back to the king, as our High Priest Ariel would say, the King James. The King James. Daniel 7. Let me look up the word stout. Let me do it this way. Okay, I found it. 20th verse. And of the 10, and I see we got to go back to breaking down full chapters from the first verse to the last verse. Got a lot of new people coming into this thing. And then you have a lot of brothers in the camps that they're rusty on this. See, High Priest Ariel used to go through this over and over. He was a prophetic man. He went into this over and over again. It says, and of the 10 horns which were in his head, and the others which came up, and before whom 3 fell. 3 fell before who? The little horn, America. Even of that horn that had eyes, insight, and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. So let's look up the word stout, see what the Hebrew word is. I see we got to go to these back to these breakdowns. Like I said, High Priest Ariel will go through, let's say, Revelation 11, go to a bunch of other breakdowns. Then 2 weeks later, he'll go back to Revelation 11. I'm like, wait a minute, we already went through that. And he did that so you can remember it. If he only did it one time, you were going to forget. Now the word is rob. Rob meaning great. You have a Hebrew word gadal, but you also have a word arab. Chief, great, figure of power. Master, the mistress of witchcraft, Nahum 3, because America is likened unto a woman, a garden tool, a hoe, so you can understand. So now let's come back over here. So we read this. Isaiah 33, starting from the first verse. When they cease to spoil, then they will, when they cease to deal treacherously, and when they cease to spoil, then the nations are going to spoil thee and be treacherous to thee. So they see that. I guess the question to ask is this. If this event would take place today, who would be Babylon? Answer, the United States of America. No other place comes close. Let me see what the reply is. If you're a Christian in China, you might blah, 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 blah. Straight out. Straight, no chaser. America is Babylon. And I'm baby, whatever, he's being funny. Now I'm looking for my comment to see if it's still up there. Okay, I don't know if this guy took it down. I don't think he took it down. I didn't say anything crazy. Okay, I think it might be here. American flags are not purple and scarlet. Okay, my comment is not there. But anyway, Esau is up on things. They don't know the full truth. They don't know that they're Edomites, except for the elite. So they don't know that they're going into captivity. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. With that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.